back to the drive-thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out of here before the top of the hour. We'll give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime game. That's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday, 6 Eastern. And for those live free picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern time or later. And for those winners of professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays, we'll meet the cappers and get right to the picks because we don't mess around here on the drive-thru. Let's say hello to David. David, what's going on?
Not much, Tony. Just enjoyed another Lions victory on Sunday, and hoping the Lions can fight through in that tough NFC North.
They look pretty good there to get through a competitive AFC North, no doubt. Packers, Lions, even the Bears. There's no better division in football right now. Kirk, what's happening?
Not much. Looking forward to tomorrow. Very excited for tomorrow.
Yeah, if you don't know, tomorrow's the start of the NBA season. With doubleheader tomorrow, then we are full swing here Wednesday throughout the week. Let's say hello to Brad. Brad, what's going on?
I'm doing well, man. And yeah, I'm pumped too. It's kind of like the calm before the storm, and we're about to be all busy for the next several months here. So I'm pumped, and we got 2 Monday Night Football games going on today. World Series coming up soon, so can't complain.
Yeah, when NBA comes, then college isn't too far behind. So we know that. Let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's happening? You're already busy because NHL's in full swing.
Yeah, and NHL's in full swing, so I've been busy doing that. And then I've also been reading my Blue Ribbon magazine for college hoops, which comes as, November 4th is the first kickoff of college hoops. I like college hoops a little more than NBA. I will find some plays in NBA, but I'm not as heavy into NBA as some of the other cappers here at Pick Dogs. Definitely there's some better cappers in the NBA than what I am in the NBA action. I got to give NBA a good month. I see one tomorrow that I absolutely love, but it's very minimal. I'm not the heavy guy on the NBA. I'll give you lots of hockey plays, not as many NBA plays, but it does kick off tomorrow. Can't wait for college hoops, though.
Yeah, you got to just pick your spots. In the NBA, we know the injuries.
Yeah, exactly. Tread lightly, and I'm like Big Al, who's probably got 30 all lined up already in these early lines the way he goes, because he's like, I love the early NBA, and he gets all excited, and he goes nuts. It's like, wow, it's too early for me. Yeah, give me some more numbers. It's still too early to figure out NBA that early.
Coaching changes, personnel changes, you name it here. Rookies coming in now. How much time will they get? Usually rookies, they don't see, not too many minutes here from off the bench, but we'll see how it rolls here. But we're ready to roll. As you know here, we don't mess around. We get right to the picks here, so let's go. NFL has a doubleheader tonight for us here. From the Monday Night Football, and tonight we got a couple games going off here. Ravens and Bucks. We see the Ravens 4 from 3:30 in the morning. One book was showing 4.5 somewhere. I see a 4 with heavy juice now coming up, so this line may be on the move late here in this one. And of course, our doubleheader game tonight will feature the Chargers in action as they will be taking on the LA Chargers. And of course, the Chargers here are favored by a point. Your pick-em price here. Total sits at 44. So let's get this one underway. We start off here now with Kirk.
Yeah, I have a premium in that Baltimore versus Bucks game, so I'm going to be looking at the other game. I'm looking here at the under. The Cardinals' offense has been really, really bad lately, and Chargers' defense has actually been playing pretty well. And I think J.K. Dobbins also has a big game, so I'm going to go with his rushing yards over for J.K. Dobbins, but I'm also going with the under in that one.
All right, there we go here from Kirk, and next we move on over to David. David, next.
So for both these games, first off, I'll look at this Ravens-Bucks game. Should be a fantastic game, and this is a really solid Monday night game. Should see plenty of offense. And, I'm seeing 4.5 over at ESPN Bet right now at minus 105 for the Ravens, minus 115 for the Bucks. And I'm going to side with the Bucks here. I think this game could go either way. I don't like really how either defense has played. Baltimore offense is humming along. But like I said, the defense is not great. Gave up 38 to Cincinnati, 23 last week to Washington. I think this game just comes down to the wire. It's back and forth all game. Comes down to last possession. So I'll take the points with the Bucks. And then in that Chargers-Cardinals game, I agree. I like the under. The Chargers defense has been really, really good this season. Even last week, they gave up 16 to Denver, but that was all, I believe, in the fourth quarter. They were up like 20-0. They dominated the game. They held the Chiefs to 17. The Cardinals' offense has not been great. I know Harrison's back today, but I think we see a low-scoring game there, so give me the under in that one.
There from David. Next up, we've got Brad.
Yeah, so I actually like the Ravens when it was at 3.5, but at 4.5, I would probably stay away. I do like Baker Mayfield over 257.5 passing yards, though. I don't see the Bucs having much success running the ball in this matchup. Ravens have a really good run defense, so I think Baker will have to throw early and often. And even though Baltimore has a good run defense, they don't have a good passing defense. Their passing defense ranks dead last in passing yards per game to opposing QBs. We got a total of 50 here with the Bucs being 4-point dogs. I think this sets up for a nice day for Baker when it comes to a stats perspective. So give me Baker over pass yards, and then I'll take the Chargers on the money line here. I just don't think this is a good matchup for the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are best suited for a shootout type game, not a matchup where the team's going to run the ball and play good defense, and that's exactly what the Chargers have been doing this season. So I think we see a big day from Dobbins. This Cardinals runs defense is bad, and I'm just out on this Cardinals team. Until they figure out how to play defense, I'm fading them.
Any there from Brad. Next, we move on over to Rock.
Yeah, that Cardinals team, just like they're like Washington, but not as good. Because defensively, Washington is still giving up, but that offense is just beast. Maybe if the Cardinals could have that same type of elite offense that Washington's been rolling lately, then maybe you want to go with Arizona. But I like the over. I go all at 44. You know what? The San Diego here could come out and the Chargers. Sorry, it's the LA Chargers. I still like San Diego. They should have stayed in San Diego. Anyways, the Chargers, you look what they're going to do in the first half. Arizona's played awful first half games all season long. Always find themselves down. I believe, what is it, 4th straight? They're down by 10 at the half. So I like the Chargers in the first half. I think they come out to a lead and we head to the locker room. And then what's going to happen is Arizona's going to have to throw the ball because they're going to have to come back and try to come back from behind. And that doesn't fare so well. So their guy with James Conner trying to run the ball, I don't think he's going to have any success running the ball. So give me the under 62.5 on James Conner rushing the ball in that one. And I like the Chargers in the first half. And then the other one, you know what? I think the only way that the Tampa does score in that one is with Baker Mayfield's arm. And I think he does have a big game, as Brad alluded to, that he is going to have to use his arm. And what we've seen all season long is surprisingly Baker Mayfield has been using his arm. He's been very throwing the ball down the field all season long. I like his over 1.5 touchdowns. Kind of lean to an over in that game. I think both teams can score some points and get over that total. But give me Baker Mayfield over 1.5 touchdowns in that one. I think he easily has to. If he wants to hang in it, they got to throw it. So give me the over 1.5 touchdowns there.
From Ron, I'll tell you what I think about these games here. I definitely look at Baltimore laying the points here. Baltimore, a healthy team here, healthy starters on both sides. It's hard for me to get in front of Baltimore when they're healthy. 93 injury rating based on the child ratings, which is phenomenal here. They are Tampa Bay is dealing with issues here with the running back. Questionable here in this one, maybe playing through an issue here. Corner is out as well for the Tampa Bay team in this one. Looking at the Ravens here, been really good as a road favorite, 9-4 the spread. You know, when Tampa Bay plays these good offensive teams that average 5.65 yards per play or greater at home, they're just 1-6 to the spread. So I'll look here for the Ravens in the spot. Like the Chargers as well, as Brad alluded to, the Arizona, a very poor defensive team. They're struggling stopping the run and struggling stopping the pass. And, you know, with the hardball system here, run. And then now with Herbert now healthier, we're starting to see him throw the football more. So I think you're going to see some big plays out of the Chargers setting up play action here because they're just going to run the ball down the throat here of this Cardinals team. And I will make note here about the Cardinals. They have 3 defensive linemen on the IR. And I think sometimes we forget about those guys that are on the IR. We just, when someone hits the IR, we have new starters, right? All of a sudden, this person's a starter. Well, they're not. It's basically second stringers back there. So I think they're going to be able to exploit the injured Cardinals defense, 3 defensive linemen on the IR. This definitely gives the Chargers run offense a clear advantage. Also issues with the pass rush here with Arizona with those injuries with guys on the IR. The Chargers run the football 34 times a game, so I'll go there, LA, in this one. All right, let's continue here on the drive. So we're ready to switch over to the NHL. We got 2 sports in action, but don't worry, tomorrow we'll have college football, NHL, and NBA in action tomorrow, so we'll have more sports to choose from. So let's move on over to the hockey board right now. Lightning and Maple Leafs will be going head-to-head in the lone game tonight. There'll be a big card tomorrow in hockey. We know that. I don't know why we got one, but we got a big one. Lightning here. And Maple Leafs $1.30 here. The total 6.5. I know Kirk, unless he's mentioned something, I know he's not handicapping hockey right now, so we'll move on over to, well, Javon isn't here. What did I do that for? Let's go on over now to David.
So we got Lightning Maple Leafs tonight, like you said, one game in action, and just about every team in action tomorrow. But for this one here, I'm going to lean to the Maple Leafs at home. I know they're coming off of a loss to the Rangers 4-1 on Saturday, but each team has won 3 out of their last 4. I mean, each team is a really solid team once again this season. Even though as a Red Wing fan, it pains me to see them both be successful. But I just think Toronto has the slight edge defensively at home. And I'm going to take the Maple Leafs. So the Lightning with Vasilevsky having another great start to the season. It's not. I don't love the pick, but small lean to the Maple Leafs.
Lean the Maple Leafs there from David. We'll move on over to Brad.
Yeah, so this one just kind of gives me an over vibe here. I mean, both these teams have been hitting on the under this season, but I think we see things correct. Maple Leafs Lightning. I feel like that's goals there. So I'm not the biggest hockey guy. Don't put your red money on that one, but I'm feeling over that one.
Over that one, we move on over to Rock.
And for me in this hockey game tonight, you know what? This hat is just a hat on my head. Definitely don't take the Leafs here tonight. I'm going to take Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's won the last 2 meetings versus these Leafs. They love to play these Leafs. Vasilevsky's playing lights out hockey. And they're definitely getting plenty of scoring from the secondary guys here on Tampa. Even with the depart of Stamkos, doesn't look like they've missed a beat. I got to go with Tampa and the plus price here in this one. For some reason, they just get up against these teams. These 2 teams have played in a playoff series a few times, and it's always ended up in a 7th game. So when you look at the price, it's minus 130 with the Leafs, plus 116 for the Lightning. This is just pure value. Give me the Lightning here in this one.
There from Ron. All right, we got you through the games. Let's go see if we can. We got some time here. We'll talk about the World Series. We got World Series odds to win the World Series, and maybe the Cappers will have some other ways to look at it. Maybe an MVP, maybe how many games it will go. But right now, World Series current odds to win it: Dodgers $1.25. The Yankees here plus 105. We'll just get some initial thoughts here as the World Series begins here on Friday. We'll start here with Kirk.
Yeah, I honestly think this one's a coin flip. I think this one goes at least 6 or 7. So I would probably be looking at the total number of games. I would probably be looking at 6 or 7 here. But as I said, it could go either way. I would probably go with the Yankees on the plus money to win it all.
Yankees plus money there from Kirk. We move on over to David.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go Yankees here just for the fact that, the Yankees pitching staff is actually a rotation, right? I mean, we've seen the Dodgers. They've had to go with some bullpen games here, which I know does work in today's MLB. But as we did see against the Mets, the more you use that bullpen, the more it'll leak. And I know the Yankees bullpen kind of had the same issue against Cleveland, but I can count on the Yankees starting pitching to give me 5-6 innings just about every night. And I think that stability will give them an edge. So give me the Yankees.
Yankees there from David Racy on over to Brett.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good World Series. It sucks because I'm not a Dodgers guy or I'm not a Yankees fan. So I usually don't like either of these teams, but I actually think this is going to be one of the better World Series in the recent years just because I really think we do have the 2 best teams here. And unfortunately, I do think the Yankees take it. They just kind of got that swagger about them this playoffs. I think Juan Soto, unlike Aaron Judge, he is able to perform under the big lights, and that guy's an absolute animal. And yeah, I think their pitching will be a bit better over a 7-game series. So unfortunately, I'm going to roll with the Yankees. I do want the Dodgers, though, because even though I do hate the Dodgers, I hate the Yankees even more. So we'll see.
I hate them for the Yankees on over to Rod.
Well, you look at this series, and it comes down to you look Yankees and Rodon. I give it to the Dodgers in that one. They love to hit lefties, so I'll give it to the Dodgers in that one. And then it's going to come down to the Dodgers and their bullpen games. They've already stated that they've made it this far with a couple bullpen games, and look at what they've done in those bullpen games. We've seen 3, and 2 have went the Dodgers' way. The one went the way of the Mets, where they crushed them in those bullpen games. And that's what you're going to get here. If the Dodgers win this, then I'm going to say that they've had 2 successful bullpen games because they don't have the starting pitching edge. But what they do is that next man up mentality in those bullpen games. If they can step up, like we seen last night to finish off the Mets in the bullpen game, they do that here against the Yankees, and the Dodgers will win this series. So for me, I'm going to take the Dodgers to get the job done. It's the whole Shohei Ohtani versus Judge, and I like Shohei Ohtani better than Judge. I hope the Yankees lose. I'm not a Yankees guy at all. They're in the same division as the Blue Jays, so of course I'm going to cheer against the Yankees. I'm not a fan of either of these teams, but who do I want to see win more than anything? Give me the Dodgers over the Yankees in this one.
No, it's over the Yankees there.
It'll be close. I think he goes 6 or 7. It comes down to, like I said, those bullpen games. If the Dodgers can pull it off, man, it'll be amazing for the bullpen game, but it'll be tough to do.
It'll be tough to do. Yeah, it's going to be really tough here on the Dodgers because, you get Yamamoto 4 innings. You got Buehler 4 innings. You've got Flaherty. What is he going to do? There's really no length in his rotation whatsoever. So when the Yankees start seeing these when the Yankees start seeing these relievers over and over again, it could be tough on this LA team. Of course, you do have on the Yankee side, you do have the starting pitching there. Cole is someone you can count on. Hill is in there, who'll probably be a 4th starter there. You also have Rodon in there. I don't know how effective he'll be because we saw the in the postseason he can be, but sometimes in the regular season he was hit up a little bit. Yankees bullpen can be hot or cold. You don't know what you're going to get from them. So it's an interesting sit. There'll be a lot of rest here. They don't play till Friday here, but LA's got to get out of here 2-0. I'd be more confident. It's going to be tough for them in LA. The game's in LA, 1-1. Maybe they'll split them, but I just think it's difficult for this Dodger pitching staff to try to pull this off against a Yankees team that's just they hit the cover off the ball off right-handers. We don't see any left-handers in this rotation too. That's the key there. The Yankees struggle against left-handed starters, but the Dodgers were the lefties, right? Kershaw's not playing, and he's out for the playoffs. So I think the thing here is the fact that it's going to be tough here for this Dodger team to get by this Yankee lineup. The way they're hitting the ball now.
Yep. Yamamoto played pretty good against the Yankees earlier this season. In a start, he went 7 innings, only gave up a couple hits in that one. So, and he's been improved since then. That was way back in June. So if he can have a good start for the Yankees in his start, there's a couple question marks. If they have a good start for the Dodgers, they're going to be right there because the bats are going to be right there.
Oh yeah. Well. Yeah, the bats, of course, I think the overs will probably be in play again, right? I mean, they went over every game the Yankees and Mets, right?
Over.
I mean, I have a feeling that's going to be the popular pick in this series is over, just on how hot this lineup is and how hot the Yankees had to hit the Guardians pitching. Guardians were supposed to be the best bullpen in baseball. We saw what happened there. Guardians struggled against good lineups. The Yankees averaging 4.9 runs per game. They did that in the playoffs, right? They're averaging 5 to 6 runs a game. We saw with the Dodgers putting up these double-digit numbers, and that's the question we have here. Anyone can bring this up? Will the Dodgers have these these big innings in these games where they put up 8 to 10 runs a game?
Possible.
Possible. Yeah.
So they'll need it.
They'll need it. They're going to need it because we're going to see a lot. We'll see what these totals look like here as we get into we figure out the rotations. Cole will be a part of this rotation here, and the Dodgers. We'll see how they do in that one. All right, we'll continue here on the chart. A little bit more time. We know the NBA is going to start tomorrow. We know everybody caps the NBA. And of course, we got season win totals. The Celtics top at 58.5. Thunder 56.5. Knicks 54.5. That's number 3. Wow, that's interesting there. T-Wolves 52.5. Number 4. Their Nuggets at 50.5. I want to get someone's initial thoughts here on the NBA. Maybe they have some opinions about maybe a MVP, maybe a rookie guy, or maybe a season win total. Who will make the playoffs? Who won't? We'll see what they have. Well, as we start the NBA tomorrow, we'll start here with Kirk because we know Kirk has strong opinions here in the NBA.
Yeah, I definitely do have strong opinions in the NBA. Not going to give out any picks because I've already got 2 premium picks in for tomorrow, but I gave out Pistons to make the playoffs. I gave out Buzelis Rookie of the Year. I gave out Shea MVP. I think a safe bet, honestly, at -150 is Wemby to win Defensive Player of the Year. If he can stay healthy, there's no way he doesn't win this award. I mean, he's superhuman. He's going to probably average 3.5, 4 blocks per game. Gets steals in there. He alters every single shot. I mean, this guy's insane to compete with. He could also do the double, win Most Improved, and get Defensive Player of the Year. I wouldn't be surprised by that either. So I think Wemby takes home at least 1 accolade this season.
Yeah, from Kirk, we move on over to next up. We'll move on over to David.
Yeah, with my Pistons, I like hearing that. I like hearing Pistons going to the playoffs. Their win total right now is set at 25.5, and I'm going to take the over. Part of that is just being a homer here, but I do think the team will play much better than they played last season. Obviously, last year was an absolute dumpster fire in Detroit. New coaching staff, you could tell obviously the old coaching staff had really no interest there, but a lot of the same players return. They have some talent. They're really young. But I think they can put it together and get at least 26 wins for us. So give me the over 25.5 wins.
There from David. Next up, we'll move on over to Brad.
Yeah, I was just looking at some MVP odds. I kind of like, honestly, Wemby a long shot plus 2,000. I think there's some value there. I mean, with CP3 joining that team, I mean, we may see like some vintage Lob City stuff there. I think that will definitely improve his game. And then Anthony Edwards as well. I mean, at plus 1,200, I think there's some value there. Of course, like there's Luka and Jokic who are the front runners, but one of these guys are like a section down, like an Anthony Edwards or a Victor Wembanyama. I think there's some value there.
Right there. Then we go from Brad. Next up, we move on over to Rod.
Yeah, and you look at for me, I'm going to take a shot with the 76ers here. I think the improvement of the 76ers. I think it's basically you got to look at who has the best shot to beat Boston out of the East. We know what Boston's done and what they're going to do. Them repeating wouldn't surprise me a single bit at all. With Porzingis, you just use him minimally like they did last year. Don't overwork him. Because he's prone to getting injured and then being out for long stretches. And when he's in there, man, and Boston's just been lights out. And they've added a few pieces as well from what was there last season. So you got to find a team who's going to beat Boston out of the East. And maybe New York. People are all talking about New York, but I'm going to take a shot with the 76. With the additional Paul George in there, you're not having to ask Embiid to do all the work. So if you can go light with Embiid, you look at Maxey as well. Maxey turned into a beast. He can score plenty of points. He was averaging 29 points a game when Embiid was hurt, stepping up in those spots. So now you don't have to ask him to take the lead and do it all. Paul George regularly puts in plenty of points and will take the heat of some guys covering him. So then you got a couple other guys that are wide open. I like that. You got Nick Nurse coaching this team up. He's already been there, done that, and won a championship. So too much value. I'm going to take a shot with the 76ers to come out of the East.
Thanks on the East there. And I'm going to go under 54.5 here with the Knicks. I think it's a bit of a high number. I'm not a big fan of Cat coming over. Randall was a really grinder out there defensively. He showed up every game. I don't know you can say the same thing about Cat. Cat had too many off nights where you look at the stat lines. Where's Cat at? Drew a lot of criticism in his time with Minnesota. I don't know if that's going to be a good mix there with New York. New York's type of, it just seems that media market, they put a lot of pressure on these teams just to make changes for the sake of making changes, right? If there's no change, they lose their minds over there in New York. The talk shows, the newspapers, the fan base gets crazy. But there's something to be said about continuity, keeping guys together, like the Denver Nuggets, right? Nuggets together. 50.5, I can see that one going over just because of, again, the continuity with this team. They were eliminated, so they didn't have to play deep into the season, so they're still hungry for another one. So I would definitely look at Nuggets over 50.5 there for one. One over will be Nuggets over 50.5, and Knicks under 54.5. Of course, what came out last preseason, right at the end of preseason, start of the regular season, is a Nuggets GM went on record, well, it was off the record, but the reporter put it on the record, quoting the GM, saying the team was exhausted during preseason from that playoff run. So that was information there, but I think this year they'll be ready to roll here to get over that total. Don't forget, there was Olympic action, so some of these guys had to play during their vacation, during the Olympics, except one Boston Celtics guy just got to be a good view, had a great seat to all the action there at the Olympics there from the Celtics. Didn't really have to play too much. I know Kirk's not smiling too much about that. Everybody else is, though. All right, it's now time for Parlay peripheral segment. We got some from the cappers here. See if they have any more here. Parlay peripheral here for today.
Yeah, I'm going to go with J.K. Dobbins' first touchdown scorer tonight. I think Chargers take control of this game early, hold the lead, win, and I think it's low scoring, but I think J.K. Dobbins' first touchdown is a pretty safe bet here with the value.
There we go from Kirk. We move on over to David.
Yeah, two props I like for this Monday night game. I know we kind of touched on it, but Baker Mayfield over 259.5 passing yards. He's going to have to sling the ball to keep them in this one. We know Baltimore's rush defense is pretty solid, so I think he blows by that number. And then I like the Bucs over 2.5 touchdowns. I think, like I said, it's going to be a track meet, both teams up and down the field, and I think they can find 3 touchdowns.
All right, there we go from David. We now move on over to Brad.
Yeah, let's do Mike Evans anytime. I think it's a good game script for him. Like I said, I think they're going to be passing the ball on this one. And then same thing for the Chargers. Great game script for J.K. Dobbins. So we'll take any time for J.K. and any time for Mike Evans.
There from Brad, we move on over to Rod.
Take Baltimore to score the first touchdown. Minus 140 on that. I believe they've done it, and they've scored the first touchdown in 6 straight games. Minus 140 on that, and then I like the Chargers to score the first touchdown. Minus 110 on that. They've done it in 4 straight in that one. I think the 76ers over 51.5 total wins this year.
There from Rod, I'll tell you what I like. I like the Chargers team total over 23.5 plus 124 here. I think the Chargers have a shot of hitting their highest score of their highest score of the season here against this Arizona defense. Chargers over 23.5 points team total plus 124. All right, we got you through our peripheral segment here. Now it's time to take a look at what the cappers have for sale over at Pick Dogs. We're heading into a huge week of action. Of course, NBA starting. We're in NHL, World Series. We got all these sports overlapping, man, with quite a bit of action here with college football, NFL as well. Let's take a look at Kirk. Of course, soccer is in action as well. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs being up for sale this week?
Yeah, tonight I just have one play in the NFL, but it's actually my first season here with Pick Dogs in the NBA, so I'm really excited about that. So, I mean, I already got 2 plays up for tomorrow. Champions League soccer is back tomorrow after a month off, so I'm going to have a massive, massive week ahead, so hop on board.
Hop on board with Kirk over at Pick Dogs. Remember, take a look over at David Race, who's enjoying a great past 30 days, over 1,700 units of profit. What do you have for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I have 2 NFL plays, one in each game for tonight. But like you said, tomorrow we got NBA, NHL, we got the midweek college football. So I'll have a play in all that stuff going forward. I'm one of the higher volume guys here on the site, so long term definitely the way to go, whether it's 3 days, 7 days, 30 days, or the year. So head on over to the site and check it out.
Check it out with David Race. He's been on a fire right now. Ask him, Brad, what do you ask for sale over at Pick Dogs? Also enjoying a great 2024.
Yes, sir. Yep. We're going to keep it going tonight. Just got my best play in the NFL, so go check that out. It's $15 on the site. Can't beat it. A nice little bankroll builder for the week. And then, yeah, I'm going to have my NBA full season package up there. So, yeah, I would definitely check into that. I've been very successful in NBA capper since my time being here at Pick Dogs, and we're going to have another big season.
For a big season from Brad in the NBA starting here tomorrow. We'll ask Rod what's got for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great, past 7 days been on fire.
Yeah, and over at Pick Dogs Premium, I've got two sides for you in both these football games tonight. We're on a nice 16-5 run in the NFL. So we got off our slow start and been hot. Now we're in the plus side in the NFL, looking to continue that here. 2 plays tonight. Also got my NHL sniper play going. You can find my top play in the NFL sold separately. You can find the NHL sold separately, or you can find my Money Monday triple, where you get both NFL plus the NHL sniper play in one package over there at Big Dogs Premium. Jump aboard. Best deal going, though, is jump aboard long term. So much action this week. Lots of NHL. We got college footballs back tomorrow for the rest of the week. More NFL. Loaded that time of year for sports. So take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional. As you can see, I'm not the only hot capper over at Big Dogs Premium. There's plenty of hot cappers over there. So take advantage of that 2-for-1, 3-for-1, 4-for-1 capper promotional, and get 2, 3, 4, even 5 cappers. Put money into your pockets over at Pick Dogs Premium. Can't go wrong there. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. Save 15% off as well.
That's right, guys. The other one's right over at Pick Dogs. I got a best bet on the board right now from the NFL. Number 2 document capper over at Pick Dogs. Hey, no better time to get my 7-day all sports pass. Get all my NFL for this week, as well as college football, World Series playoffs, NBA starts tomorrow with all these sports overlapping. This is when you get these long-term passes. Make it a 7-day or a 30-day pass is your best value over at Pick Dogs. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. will save 15% off. Even better value when you add cappers to that long-term pass multi-capper promotion here at Pick Dogs. All right, we got you through the promos here, guys. Let's find out what the guys have going on over at the YouTube channel. We'll ask the cappers here because we over the Pick Dogs YouTube content there, and let's get this screen up here right now, and we'll ask we'll ask Kirk, what can they find over the Pick Dogs YouTube channel from you?
Yeah, so actually just before the show, got done recording 18 Champions League games, so those will be up on the site 9 Tuesday, 9 Wednesday. I'm probably starting my cashing prop with Kirk basketball prop show back up again. I have nothing for tomorrow. I just kind of want to see a little bit how the first games go, see how people are being utilized before I give out some crazy odds on some plays. So that'll be up shortly as well.
There we go from Kirk, and of course David Racy, written content producer over at Pick Dogs.
Yeah, Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place, one of the writers over there. So just head on over to the sites, click on the free pick tab, and click whatever sports you're looking for. You can get a write-up on just about every single game. For college hoops, Pick Dogs has every single game. Sports Chat just has the bigger games. But great source of information, trends, and stats, so check it out.
Get out there from David over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat in written form. And Brad, we can find content from you over the Pick Dogs YouTube channel.
Yeah, I got the parlay videos, doing those 365 days a year, and then the Yerfy Nerfy videos as well. It's winding down, but I will be giving out Yerfies and Nerfies for the World Series, so stay tuned for those.
We'll see how many Yerfies and Nerfies from this World Series. Rod, when are you on the drive-through?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday this week, because I got nothing going on, so maybe Monday to Friday again, just like it was last week. You'll find me here on the drive-through. As David said, definitely go check out that written content, because it's definitely looking real good over at Pick Dogs and Sport Chat Plays. Definitely lots of nice written content that people miss out on. They forget that it's over there, but definitely go check it out. If you're looking for a game, usually Pick Dogs got you covered, especially in those little small school college basketball, and college basketball rolls up, and you're looking for that game where you're like, fuck, can't find anything on this game. Go check it out at Pick Dogs, because it's usually over there. Our writers on those college games, they definitely find those small school games for you. Go check it out at Pick Dogs.
That's right. Got Rod
and sportschatplace.com.
That's right, Robert. 4 to 5 days a week here on the drive-thru. Guys, make sure to like, subscribe, set notifications so you're notified when we get rid of picks. And here, we don't mess around here on the drive-thru. We get right to the picks once we do the capper introductions. All right, that's to do it for this edition of the drive-thru. We're back again tomorrow live at 6 Eastern time. We will have some college football with picks from there. We'll have picks from a huge NHL card, which is quite a bit of games going off, as well as we got action here, as well as action NHL, college football, NHL action for tomorrow, guys. NBA with the 2 games as well, I should say. That's going to do it. Before we close the show, any closing thoughts from anybody? All right.
Minnesota, game 1. Go Timberwolves.
T-Wolves.
Go Timberwolves. Go Timberwolves. Timberwolves, game 1. Don't take the Lakers seriously.
Yeah.
Go Timberwolves.
Likes it there with the T-Wolves, says Rod there. And, of course, the other game tomorrow will be the Boston Celtics. Of course, the Celtic Kirk, he's got premiums up there, so we can't talk about that game. All right, we'll see how it rolls tomorrow.
Go New York. Too many. Give me New York plus the 5.5. Everybody be humping. It's banner raising night, as I said the other day on the drive-through. It's banner raising night. It's one of those thingies. It's just, you got to go against the banner raising night. Give me New York.
Yeah, I'll honestly give my pick out. I'm honestly with New York plus the 5.5 here. I've been going back and forth the last 3 months on this game, but I think the moment is just too big, honestly. And I think the Knicks, the Celtics probably win by 4 or 5. I want the 5.5 in my back pocket here. I think this is a back and forth game. Knicks are trying to show that they're legit after all the moves they made this offseason, and I think it's probably an under game as well.
There we go from Kirk. All right, ready to roll for NBA tomorrow. Of course, we cover the NBA quite a bit here on the drive because the games during the week. There are some weekend games, but we got action out the week here with the NBA.
We actually find out who's playing, because usually there's how many times we find out.
Oh, yes.
Early in the morning, you're like, okay, we still have question marks on who's playing, who's in, who's out. And then usually, I've even been on the drive-thru sometimes, and we're here at the end of the drive-thru, and we still don't know who's in and out in some of these NBA games. The way we go, it's one of those things with the NBA always. It's the best part about it. You got to try to guess who's in. Is he playing? Is he not playing?
Well, we'll give you a quick synopsis on the injury report for tomorrow. Ochoa out for the Knicks, but Queller just backup guys. We also have Mitchell Robinson out. Yeah, remember the Knicks starting lineup will look Brunson, Bridges, Hart, Anunoby, and Towns. Their lineup here for Celtics tomorrow: Holiday, White, Brown, Tatum, and Horford. Porzingis out tomorrow here. On the Lakers side, of course, Christian Wood and Vanderbilt are out. when do they play? Just seem to be cashing checks. Connect is questionable here. They're in there. LeBron James, Anthony Davis in there is probable, most likely in the lineup. And on the Minnesota Timberwolves side, looks like everyone healthy there in this one, except Naz Reid is questionable. Naz Reid questionable. I think one person there on the injury report here for Minnesota. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition of the Drive Thru. We are back again tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern, ready to knock off this NBA card tomorrow, college football, big NHL card. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, set notifications so you're notified when we're live here on the air. That's going to do it here for the show. We'll wave goodbye to guys. You guys make it a winning Monday. We're back here live.